You said it gets in the way of your personal growth.
Yeah.
How does that manifest for this technician?
If you begin to think that all this success that you have is because of you, you really stop learning. You really stop growing. You really stop looking for those other people that can help you achieve even more because you think it's all about you. Your personal growth, both professionally and personally, will begin to slide. One of the big obstacles that get in people's way to their personal growth is a lack of gratitude. And they stop appreciating all the same things that made them successful.
Okay.
Like, for example, you come in to a company and a service technician starts to have a lot of success. And they're coming in and they're thankful for what they have been given, and maybe it's the new environment, the new job, all the resources that the company is providing them that's allowing them this platform to succeed. And then all of a sudden they get what I like to call the disease of me. They begin to forget and they begin to lose and lack appreciation for the very things that help them to be successful.
Okay.
And so a lot of times you just have to have a discussion with that person. Hey, remember where you came from. Remember what was it that made you successful. And you would hope that they could kind of get over that and get over themselves, because to me, the disease of me is something that I certainly can get as well.
Right.
Where I can be so caught up and consumed in myself and think that I'm, all of this is because of me. It's like, no, Kevin.
All of this is because of me, the disease of me.
Yes.
So you said it gets in the way of your personal growth.
Yeah.
How does that manifest for this technician if they continue to have the disease of me?
Well, if you begin to if you begin to think that all this success that you have is because of you, you really stop learning. You really stop growing.
You can't surrender to.
Exactly. You really stop looking for those other people that can help you achieve even more because you think it's all about you. You lose the ability to be able to surrender to someone else's success, to surrender to someone else's greatness, which in fact, if you can, and you can learn from them, that will only help you achieve more. But if you think all of this is because of me and I'm the best, your personal growth, both professionally and and personally will begin to slide.
Wow. I've never really thought about gratitude and humility in that context. That's really interesting about how an inability to be humble and be mindful of those around you can then get in the way of your personal success and in the way of your personal growth as a result.
Yes.
It can be easy to talk a big game and want to be a little full of yourself, right? Sometimes you feel like you've earned it, but the reality is that I think that if we fail to be grateful for what's around us, we really can't be humble. We can't surrender to other people's success. That's so true.
Yes.
People will go out of their way to help those that are grateful.
Yeah.
And they will go out of their ways to get in the way of ungrateful people. Did I get that right?
Oh, that's interesting that you should say that. Let's talk a little bit more about that. So say that again. So you said everyone loves a grateful person.
Yes.
And what do you mean by that?
So I find that the act of appreciation, right, makes people feel good about themselves, and they then become grateful in return. I think when you recognize what you're grateful for in that person, they then feel grateful for that thing as well. You're sharing that gratitude. You're sharing that appreciation, and it creates a I don't want to say it creates a relationship. It creates a give and take. I think that is it's mutually beneficial. It creates the will to continue that appreciation. And as a result, I think that we go out of our way to then be grateful, to then share that appreciation and to help that person.
Let me give you, I got a couple examples.
I love it. Let's hear it.
And I know you know this gentleman. His name is Ray Diaz.
Yes. I'm familiar with him.
You know who Ray Diaz is.
I think so.
So Ray and I have worked together for 30 years.
Yeah.
So talk about valuing relationships and that is a relationship that I am so grateful for. We've worked in business for 30 years together. At every turn, Ray always makes it a point numerous times over the course of the year, he will make sure that I know how much he appreciates the role that he's been placed in. He thanks my parents for what they did to help create the business that I worked in before I started my own. He is so appreciative of what we have here as an organization, what we built. Continuously has told me time and time again, Kevin, there's no way I would have been able to put my son through college without all the things that you've done for me. So he has gone out of his way to really do these acts of kindness and words of encouragement. And so guess what I always want to do for him, Amanda?
Help him.
I always want to help him succeed. I always want to be there for him and support him. And he's what drives me to want to create more for Ray. Because like you said, everybody loves and wants to line up and come alongside a grateful person.
That ties so well, I think, in our personal lives and as like a manager, I think too, right? As a team member, people want to help.
Yes.
People want to cheer for. People want to follow a grateful person.
Yes. Yeah. So if you have a salesperson who is doing extremely well, right? Mm-hmm. And all along the way, they're acknowledging their team. What do you want to do for that person if you're a part of that team?
I want them to be successful.
Yeah. Does it even matter that they're making all kinds of money? Does it matter?
No, I want to be on their team.
Yeah. And why is that?
What you appreciate appreciates. Nailing it today, Kevin. I'm nailing it today.
You are. You are.
I think there's a couple of things there. I think that when you are with someone that acknowledges what you do well or acknowledges the contribution that you make, you continue to want to make that contribution. I also think that people like to be around winners, which is that when you're in a successful relationship like that, you want it to continue to be successful and you want to continue to be a part of that.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
And you said something else that I want to come back to, which is the opposite.
Yeah.
Does it almost seem like people want to get in the way of the ungrateful person's success?
I have too many stories of me in high school going out of my way to get in someone's way because I didn't like them. I'm sure that everybody does, right?
Yeah.
At a certain point, you're a snotty teenager or whatever, and you're going to go out of your way to ruin somebody's day. And I think that maybe not as a childish as adults, right? But I think that that as an adult, you still maintain a little bit of that sometimes, which is that if you're around someone who has the disease of me or fails to recognize other people's contributions, maybe not even your own, maybe you just see it happening, I think you're inclined to not want to help that person. Mm-hmm. You know what? They think they have all the answers. I don't need to get involved.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's bring it down to like a call center agent, right? If you've got a call center agent that is they're a high performer, but they fail to acknowledge anybody that's helped them along the way. Mm-hmm. What do their relationships look like with all the other call center agents?
There are no relationships there, really, right? I mean, if I think, especially in a team environment like that, right, peer to peer, people who fail to acknowledge the support that they received, people who fail to acknowledge the system that helps them, the managers that help them, the family that supports them. No one wants to root for that person, and in a lot of ways, no one really wants to be around that person, and therefore no one's going to help that person. It's messy.
That's right. I agree wholeheartedly. And I think what I'd love to talk about next is how this relates to leaders and managers inside Wrench.
Yeah.
Because as you know, and you've heard this concept before, people always quit their managers.
Right. They don't quit their job.
They never quit their company. Mm-hmm. They quit their managers. And let's say you're a manager that has high expectations, right?
Right.
Is there anything wrong with that?
Not at all.
High expectations of performance, maybe high expectations of personal appearance,
of their character.
Yeah. Do they come in and are they dressed nice? Are they clean cut? Do they wear their uniform right? Is their truck clean? Do they perform at a high level? Are they achieving and succeeding? All these things when it comes to high expectations. Mm-hmm. I look at it as a bank account, an emotional bank account. And if managers, as long as managers' appreciation for that person is greater than the expectation, the emotional bank account for that person is going to be okay. So make sure, I guess what I'm sharing here is make sure that your appreciation always exceeds the expectations that you have for an individual.